Uh, Good, everything nice, nice, good, sweet. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Vtuber Movie Club. I waved hi, even though you didn't actually see me waving. So, but who cares? That's all right. But yeah, we're back again with another Vtuber Movie Club. This is the last of our All Hallows movie clubs that we. This was for Halloween, but we just had some stuff going on. Get to it until now. But today we're going to be doing the brand new Five Nights at Freddy's movie and Willy's Wonderland. Yes, did not know there was actually another animatronic movie out in 2020 uh, that barely anyone knew, but it's just as fun. So, but yeah, everybody enjoys, and that's kind of what we're doing. I'm Trey Bon One. Everyone just calls me Trey, and yeah, those first. Sorry.
Um, I'm Wolfie Valentine, a variety streamer. I do a lot of different things, a lot of different games, arts, stuff like that. And I don't know, I've been in the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom since like forever.
Nice.
Fellow FNAF fan, I see.
Good. You two are big fans. I'm not really. This works out. You guys can tell me all about the lore.
Oh lord.
And Nina, do you want
Oh yeah, I gotta do that. I'm Nina Beton, but you can just call me Nina, and uh, I just debuted in like 2 weeks, so I don't do much content yet.
to? Nice. I'm excited to your debut. Fun. So,
Started.
right, yeah, let's get started. Like usual, we usually start with a question and all that. So, once again, doing it very last minute in my head, I might as well ask if you guys had to be turned into an animatron or reincarnated as an animatronic, which one would you want to be?
I would probably choose a raptor myself.
A raptor? That would be fun. You can just do Jurassic Park.
Indeed.
um, I'd want to be a mix of Foxy and then Funtime Foxy, only because original Foxy's known for his singing that he does. And then Funtime Foxy, I feel would go better with my colors.
Nice. I don't know. I'd probably choose. Let's. I liked Willy's Wonderland, so I'm gonna choose the gorilla, Gus the gorilla. I think he was fun. I'd be him, but not a murderer. So not a serial killer. But yeah,
And you
cool.
would be good at hide and seek.
It would be good at hide in the stall that you somehow can't see a giant animatronic gorilla in. But yeah, no, sweet.
Somehow.
That's sweet. Before we get fully started, as people know, Five Nights at Freddy's just came out, and of course that means there's not many clips on YouTube, so we're kind of just going to be giving our own. We're just going to be talking about it more or less. We have some pictures, but there's not much going on. Five Nights at Freddy's. I have one clip which is 8 minutes long, and it's a mixture of a couple different scenes. That's kind of like what we're going to be discussing, but we're also going to give our own talk and it, so don't expect much visually. But to make up for that, Willy's Wonderland, we have like 12. Most of them are less than a minute, but there's a lot of clips for Willy. That's kind of like the takeaway. But yeah, you guys ready to get started with the actual discussion?
Yes, we are.
All right. PowerPoint. There we go. Welcome to Five Nights at Willy's Wonderland. Because, like usual, I find both of the two are not usual. But yeah, so we're just gonna start with Five Nights at Freddy's. I just have the characters here. Thanks for the name. But yeah, I guess before we actually get into the characters stuff, you guys said you know a lot about Five Nights at Freddy's, like are fans of the games, and so how
Yeah.
what were your guys' thoughts of?
Um, I know people were all upset about it not being more gory and not 18 plus or mature, whatever. But I was like, it's pretty good because it probably was better for, I guess, marketing wise to go with the PG-13 part. Because Five Nights at Freddy's has the attention of a whole wide of an age group. So they play it more on the safe side, but that's probably why it's like the most engrossing film right now because so many people got to watch it. And then um it's not to the T of the games because it takes inspiration from like the games and the books, and they kind of made it its own little different world, I guess, universe. I don't know. It's kind of like freaking
More like
Marvel and
an
its
alternate
multiverse.
universe.
There you go, alternate universe. Yeah, like it's got bits and pieces from everything, but they kind of changed it to make it its own thing, so it's not so much trying to reimagine, I guess, what happened in the games.
Okay, and Nita, what about you?
I think they made it pretty well, like mostly like an homage to just the fans and not like try to cash in from like newbies or like who never watched FNAF. So I like that a lot.
Okay, yeah. Being someone that is a very rudimentary idea, lore stuff, I think it was fine. Fine move. I'm in the camp that I wish there was more, like, not necessarily more gore, but more airy parts to it, I guess. I don't
It was
know,
more
like,
in the suspenseful mystery stuff. It wasn't actual kind of horror, I would say.
yeah, it definitely was more. Um, and like you said, well, I don't know, because it is PG-13. They know that a lot of kids Five Nights. They kind of
Yeah.
they took that into mind. Basically, made the movie one that I won't say that hurt it or that was the do, but it was a fine movie. But yeah, cool. At least now we know everyone's feelings. We get started, and we'll go over the characters first. What do you guys want to explain the characters? You
um,
guys could also take turns.
I mean, I can try.
We can try our best.
Yeah.
Where to start? Okay. We'll start with the two main characters we got. um, Mike and Abby, portrayed in the movie. Uh, they're siblings who I don't want to say orphaned because technically Mike is the older sibling in this situation, taking care of Abby, but they both have lost their parents. And then there's backstory of we learn that there was another sibling, but they lost that one also. It's like he went missing, never to be found ever again. And going based off like game books, whatever, he does have the name Mike Schmidt, which I believe has been seen. I don't remember what game it was specifically, but it is seen on one of the Five Nights at Freddy's games at the end where you get your check because you've won the games, kind of thing.
I think it
So
was
that
in the first one.
was it? Yeah.
I think
So
it
it's
was
like
either
it's
the
a
first or second.
significant name in the games for one. And then Abby, she's not necessarily in the games, but people have been theorizing that her name is an I think the word is anagram for baby
Yeah.
because it could fall into that that's the direction they're going to probably go with for her, especially when the spoiler alert, but we will get to it later. The animatronics do try to stuff Abby into an animatronic,
I
and
believe it was babies.
yes
It
and
was like a
no.
doll that is similar to the baby's book, to the baby's doll in the books.
Okay,
Yeah, because I
sounds
think there's a book with a cover, and that baby doll looks exactly like the one on the cover. But yeah, people are saying it's kind of similar to Baby in general, just based off how it's looking. So yeah, that's like theory wise how people are seeing her role in it. Because Abby's not really a name we see in the games, but they kind of made her fill into certain spots, I would say.
yeah. Cool. Also, I guess we should explain an anagram. It's basically take a word, get it, using those
Yeah.
kind of move. But that's what if you're questioning what an anagram, that is what she's talking about.
Sorry, Andrew Matt Pat brought out that word.
Yeah. No, no. I like anagram. I've never. I don't know. Anagrams are fun. It's just rumbling up.
hmm
But yeah, cool. Uh, I guess I should say I did watch like a 2 hour game theory time video, so I know roughly things that
Bits and
happen,
pieces.
but who knows if they're even so because it's just a theory. Also, we should stay. I don't have that in here. Matt Pat does
He's a
cameo,
cameo in it.
and also Markiplier was supposed to cameo.
Oh
He
yeah,
was
I did see that.
going to be the guard in the very beginning of the movie as a scheduling, sadly. Cool. So we got Mike and we got Abby. Who are the rest of the people?
Um, I'm gonna move to Aunt Jane only because she's not as significant. Like she doesn't have a role in the books or the games. It's like some people were theorizing she could be related to another sort of aunt in the books, but I myself haven't read the books, so I'm just giving like here's what I kind of know thing.
Well, who
Aunt
reads
Jane
now?
just kind of is it antagonist to go against the protagonist? I think that's the word.
Yeah.
She is not a good character. She's very much a Karen, to be honest. She even looks like it. But she's trying to kind of break up what Mike and Abby have. Like they have each other. They've been trying to work through like having to pay bills and just living whatever. But Aunt Jane's trying to like insert herself into the situation and take Abby away from Mike. But the way Mike sees it is she only wants the check for taking in the kid. She don't care really about Abby. Abby doesn't like her either. It's a whole situation of Aunt Jane just wants the money. And she even comes up with a whole plan of like, we're gonna do this so Mike looks bad and no matter what happens, I can take him to court and I'll win.
Yeah, she's not a good person. Mind you, the funny thing I always find that funny is they're all like, oh, she's trying to get the monthly check, but she has $1,000 to throw at the some pretty
I
fat
know,
spares.
right? I'm like,
Well, like,
what is only like maybe a couple $100? I don't think I don't know how much money is in these checks, but still, if you just got thousands to kind of throw at these people to help you do said job of ruining Mike's like appearance to
For
people's
sure.
is just crazy.
Yeah, Aunt Jane is not nice. Spoiler alert, she dies. Um,
I think they
Well,
confirmed that she actually didn't die.
she didn't. Maybe she just got knocked out.
that
She was on the
I didn't
ground.
know they were theorizing. She could be dead. She could not be dead. Either way, we saw her feet on the floor.
You know, it
No,
it kind of makes sense if she's
she fell
not.
asleep.
Well, she probably did just fall asleep.
Well, she
Yeah,
wasn't. I think she was knocked out. She was definitely on the floor when we last saw her. But
yeah.
I guess it would make more sense if she's not dead. Because, Mike and
It was
Abby
like,
would have a
yeah, it was like
lot.
finding a dead body in like the whole apartment, and while she was trying to like get Abby, it would be kind of suspicious.
Yeah, yeah, Mike would not be having Abby at this moment. At the end of the spoiler alert again. Oh yeah, by the way, this is gonna be riddled with spoilers. So if you haven't watched the movie, probably don't watch this. Don't watch it. We're going over the entire movie. So, but yeah, cool. Nina, do you want to describe Vanessa or Mac? We'll save William.
William Afton, my man. Sorry.
We'll we'll save him for the end. But do you want to describe Vanessa or Mac?
Sure. Vanessa is pretty much just William Afton's daughter, which was revealed like mid through the movie, and she was pretty much traumatized from this man, and just pretty much did his dirty bidding during the movie for like hiding the children's bodies, hiding it from the police to not get everything like uh to his name.
Okay, cool.
I'm bad at describing.
No, you're totally fine. So, like in the video games, from what I remember from that timeline, Vanessa is a security guard at like the new and sister or security breach, right? And she was like a,
Yep.
Yes.
and she was also a tester for the VR game, and is now possessed.
Mm, Not necessarily possessed. It's
A
just kind of
brainwashed.
like the big thing of, yeah, very manipulated to do these things for him.
Okay. Like I said, I've not played any of the videos. The only thing I have
I
is that
haven't
timeline.
played them either. I've mainly just watched them.
I might play them at some point, but okay, cool. And then Max is just. I added Max just because she's. So
Kind of another side character.
she doesn't have a character.
I believe not. I will say I did kind of feel bad for her and how she went in the movie.
Yeah. Well,
Same.
so I'll describe Max. So Max is babysitter for Abby. Mike has to go to work. Max helps out for about a third of the movie. Then it's revealed at where this picture of Aunt Jane is, which is a diner. Revealed that Aunt Jane is trying to get dirt on Mike so that she, that way Aunt Jane can take Abby. And she's using Max to do that. Uh, but he's clean. He takes care of his sister and everything like that, so nothing bad comes up. And she doesn't want Mike to lose Abby. I feel like she. But at this diner scene, that's when she basically that's when Aunt Jane's all like, "Go in and destroy the house or destroy the pizza place, that he can get fired." And sadly, Max agrees to do that, and that's when they go and do that and get killed by all the animatronics. So yeah, that's kind of the extent of her character.
I feel Max kind of got the worst death out of all those dudes.
Yeah,
And she did nothing as well.
Yeah,
yeah,
she didn't do anything. I was like, very understandable. They're upset. They broke and trashed the place. But Max technically was just kind of sitting in the car waiting. And because, like, one of them is her brother, she's like, well, they're kind of taking a while. I should go check on them.
Yeah.
And because she hears child in the room, she's like, what are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. She follows to the back room. And like the idiot horror movies do, she looks where she's not supposed to be looking. She gets on a chair, looks into Freddy's mouth, and gets
He comes
yanked.
right over you.
Yep.
More like a chomp. It was right in the middle. It wasn't just her head.
No. Yeah.
It's
She.
split in half.
Yeah. She died pretty gruesomely for just kind of being there and not necessarily wanting to separate Abby.
I know, it was crazy. Like I think the first dude just got his face eaten off by the cupcake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that probably is pretty gruesome. Probably would have taken a while for him to die. The second one, he had a fight with Bonnie in the closet. Also didn't seem like much. You get your classic bloody hand going down a window door
Yeah.
scene. Um, and then the brother, I think Foxy was the one that got to him. Probably just like a couple slashes with his hook. So like yes, the others probably took a while longer to die. But it's the fact of hers was the worst one and it happened so quick kind of thing. I don't know. I still see hers as like that's crazy. She had the worst treatment even though she didn't really do anything.
True. And she was also the nice. So it's kind of.
She was. She really didn't want to be doing the job.
Though I did like the very big man that saw the guy get eaten, scream,
The
ran
fact that he
away.
was running. I
That
think his
was
name was
funny.
Frank.
Frank, yeah, he was. I liked Frank. He may have been destroying the place, but I like. Okay, let's. Okay, we got the last man, the myth, the legend, William Afton. Uh, Spoiler alert: it's William Afton. His name is not William Afton. Seeing that, I have the picture.
It's like something Raglan, I think.
Uh, the only thing I'll say is he's played by Matthew Lillard. Then Scream, Scooby Doo, so many great
See, I
shows.
didn't know that part.
You didn't?
The Scooby Doo one, I was like, I didn't recognize him because I was like, cool, it's another actor. And then I
Yeah,
look up and see everything else. I was like, he was Shaggy in that one movie.
he is. Yeah. Not only that, he voices Shaggy.
So funny.
It's
Af-
just crazy to me. I was like, that's wild. And then I saw like so many jokes of Matthew Lillard's playing a specific type of character every time, and I'm like, you're right.
yeah,
Yeah,
no.
he said like I'll be right back in like all three of them as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And but yeah, no. I love what Matthew. So it was my favorite part of this movie because it's like it was turned to horror. But yeah, no. He not only did he play Shaggy in the live action movie movies, he also he voices. He like literally,
That's cool.
yeah. So Casey, I believe it was Casey Kasem voiced Shaggy. He was like the second one to voice Shaggy for the longest time. And after the live action movies, Casey Kasem literally handed Matthew Lillard the torch and is all like, "Yep, you can voice him now," type thing. So he's been voicing him ever since Mystery Incorporated. Watch that one.
Oh, nice.
A little bit, yep.
So
He went from solving mysteries to becoming the mystery.
I know.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
But oh, and he's also in another great horror movie. It's called 13 Ghosts. If you haven't watched that, that's a fun one. And he plays an asshole, but he's an asshole. You guys want to describe William Afton? One of
Um,
that?
we'll
How
start
would
with
we
how he
describe the child?
is in the movie.
Yes.
In the movie, our first introduction to him, without knowing he's William Afton, he plays this job counselor dude. Forgot the first name, something Raglan. And Mike goes to him in search for a job because he had, like, we find out pretty early on in the movie, he had just gotten fired from his previous one. So he needs another job to help fill for rent because they're not in the greatest place financially. And while being as this act of a job counselor, this dude sees Mike's folder and it's like his past history of different jobs and whatnot. And then he sees Mike's name, especially his last name, and that hits a spot for him. It's like he does a little 180. His character kind of changes and his attitude shifts, and he's like all of a sudden, okay, I have a job for you. It's like that's red flag number one. And then it's like at the beginning, Mike didn't want to take it because it's a night job. He's night shift kind of thing, and he has to make sure to watch Abby. But can't really watch Abby if you have a night job kind of thing. Can't leave a kid at home alone when they're probably like maybe 10. I think Abby could be. I don't remember if it said her age, but yeah.
They didn't. Yeah, she's about.
So things come to like it's last choice. He's gonna have to do it. So he took the job, and like this dude's all excited. He's taking the job because he's probably thinking like this is tying up loose ends. Because later on we do find out this is the same dude who ends up taking the younger brother of Mike, and that's like his main trauma in this whole movie. And that's only like the beginning of the movie. It's not till like the very end where he does reveal he is William Afton. He is the father of Vanessa. He is the man who was in the Yellow Rabbit suits, who turns into Springlock, and
Serial killer.
sure he's been killing all these kids, stuffing them into animatronic suits. It's like
Has
for
you?
the most part, they got it pretty close on to how the games are. William Afton is a killer. He is given many nicknames, one being the purple guy, and a lot of people are saying the nod to that is like right there in the scene that you have a picture of him. He is wearing a purple tie, for one. So it's like just a small little Easter egg, I would say, for it. He is the man that usually wears the yellow rabbit suit at the very beginning of like Fredbear's making. He does lure kids away, kills them, stuffs them into the animatronic suits. No one ever finds them.
Which I will say,
Eh,
like everybody, especially watching that movie twice, getting to the end, stuffed him in the one place they wouldn't look. I'm all like, why wouldn't you look? Like each time that
Maybe they just saw the endoskeletons and like their big bulkiness. I don't know. You would think a child wouldn't fit in there. I would guess
I mean,
because it is
still,
so out of the box kind of thing.
I'm just gonna say the police were incompetent because I don't care. I'd be all like, okay, 5 kids have gone missing from this place. We're tearing everything. Open up those entire like freaking animatronics. I don't
True.
care. We're looking in them. But other than that, that really is like the one that that I've always been like, eh. Even with the games, I'm all like, really, just checking. I
Well, it's because I think it is kind of set in a later time that I think even in like the video of introducing Mike to the job, these are like, I forgot the wording they use, but it's like ahead of their time kind of technology.
Yeah.
So people are like, they don't understand the whole built mechanism of everything. So again, they probably didn't think they could fit more
Yeah.
with an endoskeleton and the whole shell of the body.
Yeah, that's just me being Nick. So that's all good. Oh yeah, cool. So yeah, that's his movie. And do you want to explain the game portion? William at?
I mean, he's pretty much like the same in the games. Nothing much to add.
Okay,
That will not spoil the games.
sounds good. That's alright. Whew, okay. But of course we're not done. This is only half the character. Come on. The other half is. Oh wait, no, we're not to that spot yet. Anyway, here's Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. I forgot how I placed the slides. But yeah, this is Freddy Fazbear's. It it was popular in the 80s. Then murders happened and it shut down. As you do. So I don't know why I added this. I think just for context. This is kind of where most of the movies take. Nothing. But anyway, let's get to the next set of, characters. The next important. We got the animatronic. For all dead kids. There's only 4 of them, right? Well, not including Golden.
I think so.
Okay, cool.
The 4 main ones, and then you got Springtrap in there, you got the Cupcake, and then yeah, Golden Freddy.
I just didn't add Golden. But yeah, to go over the animatronics, we have Chica, the yellow chicken. Yeah. From the timeline, it was not William Afton. She was a part of a different company, Chronic, and then Freddy Fazbear kind of like took over that company, absorbed Chica to their copyright, I guess, if I'm remembering correctly. Once
I
again,
believe so.
once again, not an expert at all. So trying to unlock the um, and then we got the cupcake. That little scam. Look at him. You can tell he's a little clearly just
That feral beast.
he gets the first, not the technically he first kill that we see on screen. Technically the first kill. Security guard. But yeah, no. He's fast. Able to just like go anywhere or whatever. So you guys want to explain the rest of them?
Where do I start?
Wherever you feel.
It's like Freddy is the main one. I think he's like the lead singer in their whole little band they got going. I won't say he's the first because yeah, there was a whole establishment before Freddy Fazbear's and like timeline of things, because that's where you had Golden Freddy and Golden. I
I
guess
think
kind of
it's
Bonnie,
Red
but the
Bear and
Gold
Spring
Rabbit.
Bonnie.
What's up, Nick?
Yeah.
I said that I think they were called like Red Bear and Spring Bonnie.
Ah, okay. Right there.
There's only the two golden ones in that very first establishment kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, they expanded on that, and now they got the four animals, and then like the spring Bonnie suit kind of just went into retirement, I guess ish, because only Afton was using it in
Yeah.
the behind the scenes of like this is how he's getting the kids.
Okay. I will say that the like the Springtrap eyes are probably way scarier than what they like them. Like I don't know, I like the eyes like dots. I think it's much scarier and like those
I think it
frightening.
was supposed to like separate here is what they look like and here is how it looks like with a human in it, I would think.
Yeah. I think
Because
it
with the
definitely
four of them, you could tell by their eyes, like when it's the kid just being a kid in the robot suit, and then when they're red, that's when Avdon has control of them and is influencing them to like do these things.
Ada. I definitely understand why they did it. I just like I said, Springtrap eyes. I thought that was very like that actually was pretty scary watching it. His eyes like showed up and everything. That was pretty. I liked. But yeah, then we just got Foxy and Bonnie. Bonnie's the guitar player. Foxy dances. I like that. Yeah, I like that Foxy like all broken, all that.
Because I
He's a
think
pirate
his
kid.
story, yeah, he's one is a pirate, and two, it's the kids would mess with him a lot, so he would always need constant repairing.
Uh, well, sweet. And then we got their ghost forms. Um, got Bonnie over here in the left with bunny ears. This guy we believe Freddy in like the striped brown shirt. We got Foxy in the orange with the book. Some kid back
I
here.
think the one you said that it was Freddy is actually Golden Freddy.
Oh, this
Mm-hmm.
is supposed to be Golden Freddy. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we
The
got.
other one is Freddy then.
Oh, so this guy, some kid.
He has a
Okay.
top hat on as well, so you can see it.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes.
We got Chica the. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I don't know. I'm like I said, I don't know much about the backstory and everything. So him just being all like not Freddy, I didn't understand. Whatever, that's all right. But yeah, cool. This is just their ghost forms. Decided it, but I guess we could go talk a little bit about the story. Story is super simple. Like we've already stated, Mike here got fired from his job as a security guard because he beat up a guy thinking he was kidnapping him, but it was just a kid, but it was just his son, being forceful with his son. So he gets fired. He goes to William Afton, who gets him a job at security guard pretty fast. Diner or pizzeria. Um, and then throughout the movie, Mike has the same dream. Uh, and it's always about his brother being kidnapped. The day that happened, it's forcing himself to actually having this dream so that he can hopefully remember something that can lead to his brother's killer. Um, and then once he starts becoming the security guard at Fazbear's, in the dream, the ghost kids appear to him, and basically he's trying to recruit the kids to help him remember more. And then Jane comes into play, wants to take Abby, so she sends the guys to go to destroy Freddy Fazbear's. They all die. So, and since Max is dead, Mike has to start bringing Abby to work. So he gets mad at him. It's like the end of the movie. Basically, finding out that they want Abby to become an animatronic too, so they're gonna try to kill her. So Mike comes. That's kind of like that. Really is the whole movie. Too much. Is there anything big I was forgetting?
I think you got.
That is the plot. Yep.
Yeah. It's not a complicated. Very simple. Not too bad. But we can actually go to the one clip we have. It's an 8-minute long clip, so we'll just talk over it. Obviously. I titled this "Uh-oh, Raggy." Why wouldn't I? Yeah. So this is multiple scenes. This first part is the part where all the guys go in to go mess up Freddy Fazbear's and they get eaten. Well, they get killed. Like I said, I like Frank running. He's a big man, but even he's all like I'm terrified of getting killed by.
Screaming and running. It's like, I don't know what I just saw, but it's not good.
The animatronic suits actually are very cool. Really well.
Yeah.
I wish I had them in real life.
I know, right? But yeah, this is a very sped up version of this. Obviously, it's slower, done well. But yeah. Oh yeah, and here's where Max gets killed. You know,
Being followed, or she's following the dead kid.
just to make sure the kid's all right. Though I will say, why she decides to go and look at I'm
Oh
going to
yeah.
look at his mouth is kind of weird. But yeah.
Wild. Oh, and then there's Abby making friends with the animatronics because the babysitter is gone MIA. So
She
Abby
is.
has to come.
She is.
She's just on vacation in Hawaii, guys. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Abby is very sweet though.
She
Friends with.
is. It's
I
like,
will.
understandably, they are just children in these giant suits, but they still don't have complete control over themselves.
Very sad. I like. I don't know. I like the reasoning of the games more, especially in that first game where it's all where it says that the reasoning is that the animatronics think that you're an animatronic without its shell on, so it's trying to go stuff you in one. So I kind of like that reasoning to wanting to kill them. Like that's why you can't get caught by them.
True. Is that for the first one? I thought it was the second one. It's like that's the whole point. You need the mask
It's either the
mechanism
first or the
at the
second
end.
one. It's either the first or the second. It might be the second one.
Because the first one I thought was because you're a security guard.
Yeah.
they have the warped reality of they just know someone who worked at the pizza place was the
Yep.
one who got to them.
Okay.
Yep. And for the second one, it was the endoskeleton glitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say this little, like that little scene with like I don't know Foxy like slowly coming. I thought she would like go behind the escape machines, not just end up
I
in the
don't feel like
ball
there
pit.
was space.
I don't know. I thought it. I mean, it kind of looked like it. At one point, I thought it did show the bed.
Mm.
Here we go. Look how creepy this band is.
Oh
Just
yeah,
those
two white dots.
I
freaking
want to
white.
say things, but I can't say it live.
Foxy
Okay.
probably definitely was one of the cooler ones. I don't know if they would, if they wanted to keep him like the fastest one in this movie set, but in the games, you definitely can't outrun Foxy. That dude who runs.
I think they made that. I mean, they added those two scenes. Chases like run straight at them. So.
Yeah.
Also, Nina, it's okay. We know it's William Afton. Apparently, a lot of people.
Not
I
even
don't.
this one.
I don't know why a lot of people being a child.
Some people are into the crazies.
I think it's the voice.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, well, no, I'm into Matthew too. Come on. If it's just Matthew Lillard, yeah.
Yeah, with the suit on the suit.
What was that? I did like the whatever, emphasizing of the drawings, because like even in earlier in the movie they emphasize that part.
Yeah.
That like that's the whole reason they think
There's
he's
Vanessa Stab.
good.
Stabby stab.
Stabby stab. Yeah, I did like that too. They established earlier about like her pictures mean something and stuff, and then they use it for the end. Also,
Mm-hmm.
I will say like costume design for everybody. Springtrap suit's amazing. I think that's awesome. And I do love that they end this movie with how in the game William is by
Oh
the
yeah, they
spring
drag
locked.
him away while he's still bleeding out.
Oh,
In the first book.
and in the book, doesn't it say that it takes him like weeks to actually bleed out because it's so slow? It's like a very
I
I think
wouldn't
so.
doubt it.
like it was. If I remember, it's like supposed to be a very slow and painful how he bleeds.
Yeah, because like it's like the thing with stabbing. It's like I don't know if I'm just weird for knowing stories like this, or because I watch a lot of criminal shows. When you get stabbed and it just sits there, like whatever you got stabbed with sits there, you are technically fine for a good while before you are dead, because it's
Yeah,
blocking blood from like spewing out of you. So the fact that all those spring locks are like just punctured into him, he's not bleeding at a crazy rate. It's just like I would say with every breath more blood comes out.
and I like that he's like once he loses control, he kind of acts like a little child. Rotten little beasts. Blah blah blah. Trying to make that trying to make it seem like it's their fault that they died. And being,
You
you
shouldn't
know,
manipulate them.
yeah.
He's like, I wasn't the only one that did bad things. You did all these things too.
And Vanessa got stabbed. She gets put into a coma.
It's like I think it's already announced we're getting a second one.
Yeah, well,
We're going to be.
that's not a
They
surprise.
closed the box office and they're like, well, we have to do it now. No
Yeah,
time to wait.
and there was no get a sequel. I don't think it was it's popular going to sequel. So yeah, and that was Five Nights at Freddy's. What are you guys' final thoughts?
I honestly liked it. It hit all the points I figured it should, for like it being revolved around the first game in a sense.
I have a lot of thoughts, but I'm gonna keep it short.
You,
I like the costume design for the robots, for the animatronics. They did it very well. I like the couple of details they did to reference the games. For example, in William Afton's office, they did like a reference to FNAF 4, for the with the box in the on one of the shelves. Like the puppet appeared in the movie, even though she showed like for one scene, like near Chica in like one of the scenes, barely noticed. And I like the at the end credit scene with Corey Kenshin as well with Balloon Boy.
Oh, that little cutscene, that was funny.
yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, I did
And
like
the
they
also
did
the
the song at the end with the credits. It's like
That
an
was
actual FNAF made song.
also Nina. You can speak as much as you say as much as you want. You're all good.
yeah. I'll try, but I'll try to keep it short. Also, like the "Come Find Me" at the full on end from Puppet you mentioned.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if anyone else watched that long to see it.
I didn't watch all through. Wait, wait.
That's great.
Uh, my final thoughts is it was fine, good enough horror movie. What I want from the sequel is I want it to be scary. I think they gotta lean into that character. I think the last scene, like the ending scene with like William Afton's stuff, was great. If the movie was more like that, I probably immensely enjoyed this. So if they lean more on to like that kind of stuff into the sequel, I think I will very much enjoy it. Oh yeah, also the main guy in this play it. You guys know the movie Bruh? Watch that movie.
uh,
Nope.
no clue.
It's basically like Jumanji. It's about a game that comes to life, but it follows uh basically it follows two players that play a type game with like the board game coming to life, but it's set in space. Really fun. And and the guy that plays Mike is like the older brother and he's very young in that.
Mm.
So I love that movie. Fun. So yeah, cool. You guys ready for Willy's Wonderland?
We're ready.
Willy's Wonderland, a nice little indie movie that I don't think a lot of people know about. When I mentioned that this movie existed, Discord, good amount of you guys were all like, "Wait, there's another animatronic movie."
I'm
So
surprised people didn't know about it.
yeah, there's some people did, some people do, some people don't. But yeah, it has Nicolas Cage going up against some animatronics. And the best part is, we don't even need to go over the character because there's a little introduction in the movie of all the animatronics, and those are the only important characters. So I say everybody else is a frickin' is cannon fodder. So everyone else is literally just there to get killed. You guys want to get started with the first clip? It's Willy the Weasel. Artie. This is just a little introduction to everybody. Also, I do love him saying Tito the Toidle. Which animatronic was your guys' favorite?
The turtle, obviously.
Toidle? I think the siren was pretty creepy. So. Also, this movie is rated R, not PG-13. There's plenty of cussing and a ton of blood. So, what were you guys? This movie, what was your guys'?
I felt like it was more of a comedy than horror to me personally.
It definitely, yeah, it definitely is a lot more. Or just has a lot of gore stuff.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
I think the most interesting thing about this movie, they get Nicolas Cage in it, and he literally has zero. I thought he was gonna say something at some point. Absolutely just says nothing through the whole movie, and I think that's part of its charm. I will say, once again, just like with Five Nights at Freddy's, the costume design is great with all of them, with like all the
For a 5
animatronics.
million budget, I think is great.
It was it. Is that how much they had for this movie?
Yep.
Oh wow!
Damn.
I can't tell if that's big or small.
Pretty small compared to like FNAF, which was like 25 mil.
Oh
Something like that.
Jesus! Well, you can clearly tell they at least put in a lot of it. Product though, um, and obviously they did as Willy's Wonderland tried to make have their own thing. So, and this actually, if I remember correctly, this was released right when the FNAF movie like announced. So that's that's where like a little bit of it goes. We'll go on to the next one. Like that was just like a quick little introduction to all the characters. I know it's only a minute long, but like I said, character wise, this movie is literally only about, I would say, the animatronic. They're like the most. Um, the humans, besides the janitor, are all fodder. All
Yeah.
of all of them die, I believe, except for the janitor and I think her name is Liz or something.
Yeah,
It was,
Live World is something like that.
yeah, it's one of those, and they're the only two that survive. So it's like you don't need to really, but and we'll get into like backstory and whole thing. Yeah, in a later clip. Literally, this whole movie is just like uh basically Nicolas Cage going against the animatronic. Unlike FNAF, like he literally fights and kills. So, this is the very first fight in the game. Oh, or I said game. I meant movie.
Yeah, in the game.
In the game. No. So the way that they made this movie was they like made it, they wrote it like it was like each like time he fights animatronic is like a boss fight, and then he has to go and like goes and like cleans and like levels up kind of thing. That's like the
Nicolas Cage kills robots in
yeah,
game. In video
yes,
games.
in games, in game. Uh, basically, yeah. So he kills animatronics in game. Uh, but yeah, and uh, I guess we can go a little bit. I'll start the clip of the ostrich fight. Also, I'll just explain a little bit of what how this movie starts. So this movie literally just starts with Nicolas Cage driving around on like this rural area, and he drives over some road spikes that somebody just put into the road, and it pops all of his tires. So the tow truck comes, picks him up. Basically, is like, uh, I'll repair them for you. Obviously, I get paid, but we don't take credit cards or like debit cards, so you have to pay in cash. But he doesn't have cash, so he's all like, if you agree to go and clean this diner or this pizza place, then the guy that owns it will pay for your tires. So Nicolas Cage agrees, and he just starts cleaning, and then all of a sudden the animatronics start attacking him. And this is the very first one that attacks him, Ozzy the ostrich. And so, and I just
People
love.
went ham on that thing. Oh my goodness.
It did, yeah. He literally, he does not. I just find it funny because there's no like build up that they're alive. They literally just start attacking him, and he's all like, "All right, I'm gonna kill you."
It is
But
self-defense.
it is self defense. So
And I like how the ostrich cuts him and his blood like on the cheek is already dried. It's so
yeah,
funny.
this is a very low budget movie. It's just it's so fun. I think all the fight scenes are really done great, and uh I don't know. It's just fun seeing Nicolas Cage go against freaking animatronics and him not batting an eye.
The One Punch Man of this universe.
He really is. Well, even this is the first time he sees one of them attack or like move on their own, and he doesn't bat an eye. He's all like, "Okay," he like lightly hits it and then just starts eating the crap out of it. So, whereas in every other movie, oh, what the hell? And then there'd be like a chase scene, and then he had something. Yeah, that's the first fight. Then just like this movie is very repetitive. Say though, it's a fight, then he has to clean, then it's another fight, then he cleans again, another fight, and it keeps on doing that throughout the whole movie. So literally, he just keeps on cleaning, then fighting it. Then we gotta go. Then we got the bathroom scene. Just the gorilla. I will say, the janitor. He's called the janitor, but I just call it. It's just Nicolas Cage. Um, he does his job. He makes sure to clean everything, even though he gets like attacked by all these animatronics. But you could tell at times with the really low budget. So in FNAF, did they actually make animatronics?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like, did they make them like actually robotic animatronics, or were they just like suit? They were okay.
It's
Because
like
of
they
the,
made everything, and then they have like these big controllers that they can use to move the stuff, so no one has to be in it.
oh wait, that's the back. Okay, so in this movie, you could clearly tell it's literally just costumes. None of them are animatronics. They're literally either puppets or just costumes. So, but that's impressive. That's cool that they. Okay. Sadly, the movie clips that I did find on YouTube, audio is not. It's very like when you're watching the movie, it's a lot more. Sounds are a lot better than this recording, but it's the best. With with Willy's Wonderland, you guys have like a specific fight that you liked the most?
Mm, and the ostrich one was just funny. He beat it to a pulp.
Well, I guess I should like what were you guys like? Did you enjoy Willy's Wonderland compared to FNAF?
I think it was pretty good. I had a good laugh on it.
I did too. I think it's a fun time. What about you? Did you enjoy Willy's Wonderland?
It was funny.
It is okay not to have liked the movie. That's the fun part of it. Okay. Those are, like I said, most of these are just going to be fights. There's not going to be much that we're going to be discussing besides maybe choreography and like effects and stuff. So, like I said, the story is literally that bare bones. It's Nicolas Cage fights animatronics. Except for this. This is the only backstory we get in the. I was gonna say game again in the movie. So, also on the side of my. Yes, I'm being advertised. Are you start time? Um, but yeah, here's the fun Willy's Wonderland. So yeah, story wise, don't worry about why there's. Well, I guess story wise, basically these teens um, know that he's in there, so they enter Willy's Wonderland to save him, but he doesn't to be saved. So, and all of these teenagers are full on just normal stereo like horror movie teenage stereotypes. So they have no personality. I mean, we do have to obviously state that clearly this movie was heavily inspired by F. Just with like the backstory and like the way they kill the pig. Also, there's dead kids. Sorry, forgot to say.
Hmm.
Apparently, from like the creator of it had an interview with another guy, and he mentioned that he wasn't inspired by FNAF, and he didn't know what it was before
Ah,
making the movie.
that's that. Well, that's actually very interesting. So, well, a lot of people don't necessarily, even if it's something popular, necessarily. There's just a lot of similar. Like a lot of people don't. I think nowadays a lot of people like or realize how creepy animatronics can be, and like Chuck E. Cheese can be kind of scary. I I do love in this entire. It's a very like it's a very common to horror movie. It's all like, oh, they were serial killers, and oh, the kid, you want to fuck, fatty? Say that. Sorry, that.
It was a good line.
Yeah, It's just a surprise line that you don't think, but just a very generic backstory, and I love that Nicolas Cage does not care. So like, okay, cool. I'm gonna keep doing my job so I can get my car back, and then I'm gonna kill all these things. Hey, this is your garbage trash bag. Oh, dude, we can watch Scary Godmother. Also, it just started playing. Whoopsie. It's the sequel too. But yeah, it's a very, I don't know, it's very cheesy, but I love it because of it. Just like it's a very normal, like, oh, serial killers, and then they killed themselves, so they got reincarnated as animatronics. There you go. It doesn't need like this big grandiose backstory. Right? They're all like, yeah, it's just serial killers that possess them. Something nice. We'll go on to the next clip. Like I said, there's just a lot of clips. Sorry. Also, please interrupt when it's have some. Only one talking about. So, so like I said, I don't know. I just like because the teenagers have no personality. They're just there for cannon fodder. They know the dark backstory of this place, and they're all like, "Oh, he's singing. Let's stand there and just watch him." Also, this song reminds me of the poem and you guys have seen or book. And they yeah, it's a book by Agatha Christie. It's like a murder mystery. It's actually really good. Highly. But yeah. I also like the sword that the knight has is somehow sharp enough, even if it's clearly just a toy sword, to like actually kill somebody.
I don't know, maybe he just really strong and stabbed it in.
That's true. Could be. I don't know. I like the little songs that they do in the movie too. That birthday one they sang like 5 times, so it gets in your head by the end of the. I just I don't know. The effect for having such a cheap budget, the effects are they did very well with that. Like him getting stabs, very well done. And all the, I like all the costumes. Not gonna be much to talk. Like I said, not gonna be much to talk about. Mainly just death. So much death in the movie. And then we actually have to fight against the knight and the janitor. I do like that the animatronics just kind of move the kitchen area and let him have it as like a base. They let very easy. They could have just like went in on it and like probably killed him if they all also fought him at once. But also, it's nice that they could get away with like they can make it very like scary and stuff, or but they get around or ratings and stuff because it's all black blood, clearly bots type thing. So.
Yeah.
I will say he does a very impressive job cleaning this. Like at the start of this movie, it is very vandalized and dusty, and so. But I find it funny that he has to after every time he kills one of them, he has to do more clean to like finish, like get back, like to fix it and stuff.
Making more work for himself.
He is. Yeah. Okay, this part was once again these teenagers have no personality. So two of the other girl and her boyfriend go off to have sex, as you do, in when you're in a place that has serial killer freaking animatronics, and go and just have sex. And also she's like really freaky because she gets very turned on by like being in the room where all these murders take place. That's just weird.
Weird.
She freaky.
She freaky. But and then like and I like that. I don't know. I think that entire scene is funny. Obviously, I'm not gonna add it because there's no way I could get around that with freaking maturity rating. But I just like that when they're sleeping together. Literally, uh, they see an animatronic, but they keep going for whatever reason. Once again, knowing exactly what goes on in here, and they just. That's why they have these teenagers have no personality. They're all like, they are one note characters, which isn't a bad thing. It makes it that you enjoy it if they die and stuff like that, and not get sad. I do like at the end of the alligator fight, he literally takes out an already dirty washcloth to try and like wipe some of the stuff away, but that is clearly just a thing.
He's gonna need more.
Okay, here we go. This one's fun. There's no death in this scene. Basically, throughout the movie, after every time the janitor kills like an animatronic, he has to go and take like a break. He like his watch will beep and he's all like, "Oh, I gotta go take a break." He follows his mandated 15-minute breaks, and I love it. Um, so he goes and like drinks one of his caffeinated like punches and plays pinball, which is just fun as. I don't even know why I I kind of know why. I guess they made this movie in the sense that uh, I gotta like this because this is obviously a pinball wizard. Like someone put the song pinball. Um, but yeah, no, it's just a. I guess they like made this and that whenever he goes to take a break, he's technically like in a video game. So that's why he takes these breaks. But it's just fun seeing him like get very interested in this. What did you guys think about these scenes? I know they're kind of break up the action, but I don't know if everybody would enjoy that per se.
I mean, it's funny, a little cringy, just because of like how meticulous he's going with it. It's
Mm-hmm.
like after all this fighting, and then he's like very on the tee of trying to clean everything.
I know, right? He's like a dedicated worker, even though he does not need to actually like. Obviously, he knows that he's being scammed and being sent there to die. He's still like is a hard worker. Like, okay, yeah, I'll keep
Hmm.
working. Oh. I will say one of the funniest parts is when he goes to fight the chameleon girl that or the chameleon animatronic, which is going on in the scene right now, and then his uh watch goes off, so he's all like, "Oh, one sec." He literally like grabs the knife that he took from Liv and hands it to her, and he's all like, "I gotta go drink my soda. See ya." And then it's the fight,
Damn.
and just has Liv like fight by herself, which is just funny. Me realizing that the clip has a very much copyrighted song that I cannot play. Um, but that's okay. I love Elton John, so love pinball. It definitely is a good song to match with. Dude just gets really into pinball. I suck at pinball. What about you guys?
I haven't played it in
Never played
forever,
it.
so I don't know what I'd say.
Played it every time I have played. I always get unlucky because the ball always goes straight down to like, and so I can't hit it. It's like it's an unfair game at times. Yeah. And then you get this fun scene of freaking Nicolas Cage just dancing as he's racking up the pinball score. He's getting ready to fight. All that he's just letting loose. Pretty, I love it. I don't know. It's just like it's very cheesy, but it's fun to And then afterwards, it's back to work. Like nothing ever happened. Okay. There we go. Next fight scene happens very shortly. This one's. So this is a little bit after the pinball scene where he's playing pinball and stuff. Basically, what happens is kills Artie the alligator. He goes and takes his break, and then while he's trying to clean, and Liv is trying to convince him to leave, he basically decides, or like, he doesn't say anything, but he starts bagging them up, and when he's about to go outside to go throw them in the dumpster, the sheriff shows up. Probably only seen a little. Who is Liv's mother, adopted. Um, and basically arrests she arrests the janitor. Like leaves him there as a sacrifice to Willie. Um Thinking that just because his hands are like tied behind his back, he's gonna be killed by the animatronic. So now we get this fun scene of him going two on one with his hands literally behind his back, fighting the chameleon and the siren. I like this scene. I think it's just like, I know he's obviously like very powered. And I just love that he starts the jukebox and heads and toes starts playing. I don't know, it's just comedic to me. This one might be my favorite fights. I think it's just there's a lot of um personality. Like you see like how much work he's done cleaning up the place. You see him like start dancing just a little bit with the song, and like you can clearly tell Nicolas Cage is just having fun with this whole stuff. And not only that, but once again you get another great scene of Nicolas Cage kicking ass. You know? And with his hands tied behind. So funny. I do like with the chameleon one, you could tell, you could see that they have like a little effect that her skin color's changing, just like a chameleon does with its camouflage effects. I don't know. I think it's funny that it's just heads, knees, and toes for this fight scene. Just like completely random. I will say it's kind of funny that they're animatronics. I know they're like possessed with the soul serial killer, but they some of them can die very simplistic. Literally, like the chameleon, he just twists its head around. Somehow that kills it, even though it is an animatronic. Like I wouldn't do much. There's a little bit after this. Next scene is a little bit after him fighting those two. Basically, the sheriff when she um handcuffs the janitor, she sends Liv with the deputy, Tim, to try and take her home, and then Tito the turtle shows
Mhm.
up. Sucks to be you, Chica. And then I don't know, I find it funny that she literally just beats the crap out of him with a shotgun.
I mean, if one way don't work, he could use the other.
Yeah. I don't know, it just makes me think, like, especially seeing him fight all the Animatronics, it makes you think why they didn't just, like, make and shoot all of them. Like, they're not that hard to kill. So, it's just funny that I just find it funny that it's taken this long for them to like start killing the product. Okay, yeah, you're right. It was lit. Perfect. But yeah, no. It's just like I don't know. I just find it funny that the sheriff was so scared of animatronics. Uh, but there's oh, good dog. And we got yeah, we got two more clips. So we got literally the final fight with the janitor versus Willie the Weasel. He finally shows up. Well, I guess he's there the whole time, but he's finally like acting. Also, that's a pretty gruesome one, reminiscent to how Max in half getting cut in half. So it's your birthday. It's all good. Sorry, it's all right. The dog's bark.
It
But yeah,
happens.
yeah, it happened. But yeah, I think this. I like this like final fight. Like even like the rest of the movie, he easily defeated like all of the other animatronics. So it's nice that they make it that Willie uh is actually like pretty strong someday. It was good. It was fun hanging out, chatting Willie. Sorry, all right that you dogs barking. And I don't know. I like that he gets like discombobulated when the birthday song starts like playing and everything. And then I also like that Willie for some reason lets him go off. He like duct tape himself and then back to fight.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
Yeah, I don't, this movie, yes, is it's not scary at all, but it's definitely counts as horror. How bloody stuff it is. Oh.
Though I gotta say, the final fight was kind of underwhelming.
Yeah, it definitely was. Just like, but yeah, definitely because he just like grabs a grabs a bag, fills his punch with it, and starts beat. Uh, But I mean, if you take into account that they had such a low movie, they can't. I'm sure they would have gone bigger if they wanted if they could.
Probably.
He does get to. Oh, what's up?
You first.
I was gonna say he does actually get injured in this one, which I do because like all the other fights he doesn't really get injured except for that one scratch on his about it. This one he actually stood duck, which I find pretty funny.
Shows that he's not fully immortal and that strong.
Yeah. So. Yeah. But I totally understand. What were you?
Yeah, I was gonna say that maybe they could have added like a cool one-liner while he was holding his head or something.
Yeah. I think they wanted to just keep that like mystery of janitor. Don't hear him at all thing with it. So, but I get that. I feel as though there was a few moments that he should have said something. But I do like that they bring that up in the movie that he's like, "Oh, you're not the talking type." Got it. I kind of like that. So, yeah. And then for the last clip, it's the end of the movie, and it turns out Tito the Turtle is still alive for a second, and then gets run for a split second. Then he gets run over by the janitor on his way out. So,
Still that head, thank you very much.
and that's how the movie run. But yeah, I didn't add the scene before this mainly because it has Freebird playing in the background, and so musical copyright.
Yeah.
But uh, basically after he defeats Willy, cleans up the uh Willy's Wonderland again, and and the guy that was fixing his car and the owner of the kid's place show up, expecting him to be. They're even like doing donuts in the parking lot with his car because it's a very nice car, and they enter and they're surprised that he's alive, and so they keep with the deal. He gets his car back, and then Liv goes with him, and then the owner is like talking to the guy that fixes cars, and they're happy that the nightmare is over, type thing. And then they're all like, "Oh, I might reopen it again and as something different." And then immediately they get killed by the siren because she turns out to be a. So she like fills their or like adds a thing to their gas tank and makes it explode. They die, and then this is the final scene. The janitor. Very, very simple movie. It is a very silly ending. It's a very simple movie. Don't expect like if you're gonna watch this movie, don't expect anything great. Or like don't like think of like some big story. Simple as Nicolas Cage versus animatronic with some deaths in between. So don't expect like the greatest of storytelling. I loved them.
It's very
I
much the. It's
oh
very
yeah.
much the. I want to watch FNAF. We have FNAF at home, and then
Y-
FNAF at home.
Yeah. I loved this movie. I don't know. I think it was fun. I obviously watched it before half came out. I love the gore. I love the humor. I love the kills and the fighting. I don't know. It just all kind of goes well. What I like. Um,
Well, for like a $5 million movie, I think it's pretty great. Like, well done, actually.
yeah, and I love Nicolas Cage, and I think it was a really funny thing to have him be this big name actor come in and not have him say anything. So, but yeah. Final thoughts on both FNAF and
Both were great. Obviously, preferring FNAF because like I grew up on it. But both are great. I like the like design in both. Both have like decent kills and cinematography. So I like them both.
Wolfie Wolf said they only had enough to buy him to come. Maybe you know, you're like
Probably.
I'll show up, but I'm not gonna say anything unless you pay me more. So, um, I agree with you. You know, I think both are good, great movies. And with me, I like Willie's one more just because I'm very much in that humor stuff. But I like what FNAF's trying to. I think it's and like I said, I think if FNAF continues on what they're doing and adds more of like the creepiness that comes with FNAF, I think I'm a series. So, but both are really good, and if you have the time, give both a try. You'll probably enjoy both. Cool. Usually this is the time where we would watch spin the wheel, watch trailers, but already did that a month ago. We're going back to our usual schedule now. This is the end of the horror, like all Hallows movie club. So we're back to just the normal movie club schedule. Let me make sure movies we're watching.
And make sure to pin that by the way.
Yeah, I should. Been a while. Um, we'll be back. Not this next week. Not this week, but the next week after. 20th should be back. 7th. For group one, we're gonna have Schindler's List. That was chosen by Alligator, and then we have Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, chosen by Phoenix. Uh, be prepared. Schindler's List is gonna be a very big like. So we're gonna to oracle stuff. It's also very sad, so be that. We have Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, which is a Studio Ghibli movie, and then for group two, we have The Devil Wears Prada by Alligator, picked by Alligator. Have Avengers Endgame, picked by Anchor. That will be group one. For the first week, it'll be Schindler's List and Nausicaa Win. Second week will be Devil Wears Prada again. So I hope you guys can come back and watch those.
Don't forget that we switched the order.
What's it?
Don't forget that we switched the order for Alligator.
Oh, did we? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it might be. Well, 1 week might be have both of Alligator. This is Chandler's Prada. So, uh, yeah. Let's stay tuned. I'll make a stuff. You wanna make sure just follow all that. Follow Nina on Twitter and her social update. Both of us, and also Wolfie and everybody else in the movie. So keep an eye out for all. Thank you everybody for coming and watching. Nina, do you guys want to say?
You said everything already.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming. Oh, this was kind of a shorter one. but I had fun. I hope you guys did too. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.